Hello, good morning to all the delegates that are joining us today, and as well as to all speakers that are with us today. Good morning to the preparatory webinar with regards to the EU-Taiwan Matchmaking Event taking place end of this month in Taipei. Before joining and starting officially, I would like to present you the housekeeping rules. Please know that this webinar will be recorded and will be published later on the European Cluster Collaboration Platform. The webinar is scheduled to last 1 hour and 30 minutes. All participants will be in a listening mode, but please feel free to use the chat or the Q&A box to place your comments or questions. We will try to answer them during the actual webinar, or we'll take note, and in the follow-up communication we'll address the answers. So without further delay, I would like to start to present you the agenda and give the floor. So we will start with an opening session. We will hear from the European Commission, also from the Chinese National Federation of Industries, as well as the Taiwan External Trade Development Council, which are the organizations behind the overall organization of the EU-Taiwan Matchmaking Event. After that, there will be a market access information, also presentation of the China IP SME Help Desk. We will hear a testimonial from a previous editions. We'll hear the success stories. Also the overall presentation of the 2023 European Innovation Week. And we'll go to the technical aspects of this webinar. We'll hear more about the B2Match, how to proceed with creating the profiles, how to make the best out of the meetings, as well as to follow the agenda on the B2Match. So without further delay, I would like to proceed with the opening session and give the floor to Christophe Guichard, DG CRO, European Commission. Christophe, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Theodora, and good morning and good afternoon to everyone. I'm very pleased actually to address this event with short opening remarks on behalf of DG CRO of the European Commission. Our webinar this morning will give you some background information to help you to prepare for our upcoming matchmaking event with Taiwan. And this matchmaking event will be the 5th event we organize with Taiwan after a long interruption due to the pandemic. So I'm really pleased to welcome all of you from across Europe to participate physically to this new edition at the end of May. And our delegation from Europe is actually well balanced. It includes so far 11 clusters and 7 companies from 9 EU countries, and more may come at a later stage. This session this morning, as Theodora said, will give you some guidance on how to access the market, do business, and collaborate with Taiwan. It will also give you some general overview on how to deal with IPR issues, and you will learn from a concrete case of collaboration with Taiwan partners. You will also receive practical information on your participation in the European Innovation Week that will host us, to take full advantage of all collaboration opportunities during this mission in Taipei. I would like to thank our counterparts in Taiwan External Trade Development Council, the Chinese National Federation of Industries, the European Economic and Trade Office in Taipei, the European Chamber of Commerce in Taiwan, the Chinese IP SME Help Desk, the Enterprise Europe Network, and the European Cluster Collaboration Platform, for working all together to make this matchmaking event a success. The main objective for this event is to help European and Taiwanese clusters and companies to create new trade and investment links and business partnerships. I want to stress that the European Commission is keen to be a facilitator of this process. The EU is the largest trader and one of the most open economies in the world. This matchmaking event precisely intends to provide increased market access for our businesses and to make sure that our companies can benefit successfully from the trade opportunities with Taiwanese partners. This event will also contribute to implement the administrative arrangement that was signed in 2018 to foster cluster and business cooperation. I take also this opportunity to remind you that the participation to this matchmaking event is still open, and European clusters and SMEs can still apply to participate if they wish. Now, to come back on our event this morning, I trust that this preparatory webinar will be the beginning of successful business contacts and cooperation. We have prepared a very dense program with various site visits, guided tour at the trade show, informal business dinner, and participation in some seminars. So I strongly encourage you to take all these opportunities to network and matchmake with our Taiwanese partners during this 3-day mission. Thank you very much, and I wish you a successful mission in Taiwan.
Thank you very much, Christophe. And now I would like to give the floor to Yoming Liu, representing the Chinese National Federation of Industries, Taiwan. Yoming, the floor is yours.
Thank you, TAITRA. And hello, everyone. I'm Yumin, representing CNFI. I would like to extend a warm welcome to our European friends joining us for this preparatory webinar. As Taiwan's largest cluster and public association, CNFI has been collaborating with ECCP for many years. For the coming cluster forum, we have invited representatives from 9 clusters, including computer, electronic and electrical, semiconductor, and smart manufacturing to participate in the cluster forum. In addition, we have already invited 13 clusters to participate in the matchmaking event, with the numbers still increasing. Finally, we hope that you can gain an overview of the Taiwan market and learn about matchmaking technique and relevant regulation through successful case study at today's preparatory webinar. Thank you for joining us today, and we look forward to meeting you all in Taiwan.
Thank you very much for, we already see and feel the warm hospitality and really looking forward. Thank you very much. And I would like now to welcome Jimmy Chen, representing the Taiwan External Trade Development Council. Jimmy Chen, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. This is Jimmy Chen, the contact person of the EE in Taiwan, and also the manager of the Euro section, Taiwan External Trade Development Council. It's my pleasure to have you here today. EE in Taiwan is in charge of the B2B matchmaking event, which will be held on the 31st of May. So if you have any question about the Euro registration on the European Innovation Week website, we will discuss them later. In addition, there's a section about collaboration, opportunities, and how to do business with Taiwan. I'm going to introduce TAITRA's services. I believe it would be the best platform for those who want to do business with Taiwan. Once again, thank you for joining us and wish you have a wonderful day.
Thank you very much for your words. Thank you. And the overall support so far for the building the registration process. So without further delay, we will move to the next session, which is very important, and it's about the market access information. We'll hear about collaboration opportunities and guidelines on how to do business with Taiwanese counterparts. So I'm giving the floor to Freddie Huglund, CEO of the European Chamber of Commerce, Taiwan.
Thank you very much for that. I hope my video is coming up here. That's right, here we are. Good afternoon to everybody. It's 3:10 here in Taipei. Very happy to have this opportunity to address you today. So let's just jump straight into it to talk a little bit about, first of all, the Chamber, just to give you some context, that the European Chamber here in Taiwan is the largest representative organization representing European business interests. And we operate all over Taiwan. We started with just 50 members, 50, back in 1988. But now we've grown to 450 companies and organizations and over 1,050 individual members. The Chamber has 29 industry support committees, including 2 regional committees, one in the center and one in the south of the island. So if you can go to the next slide, please. Collectively, Europeans have invested approximately 67 billion euros in Taiwan, accounting for around a third of all foreign direct investment, making Europeans the largest foreign direct investors here. And even if you combine number 2, which is the United States, and Japan, which is number 3, they still do not exceed European investments. So we have a lot of skin in the game here. Next slide, please. There are a number of reasons why Europeans have invested in Taiwan. Taiwan is a good place to live and do business, an important and dynamic player in the global economy, especially in high-tech sector, and an important trading partner for the EU. Taiwan occupies a distinctive niche in global information and communication technology, ICT. I think everybody knows that. Production chains, especially in parts and components. This has become a crucial factor. Taiwan, given the global trade tensions, especially between China and the United States in recent years. European firms recognize the strength and the depth of Taiwan's SMEs and Taiwan's geographical location in the Asia-Pacific region, its modern transport and telecommunications infrastructure, and a stable government institutions. Our members also recognize the importance of Taiwan as a gateway to the large and expanding market in Asia. Taiwan also has other advantages, such as a comprehensive and well-run universal healthcare system, a relatively consistent legal system, and a skilled workforce with very little industrial unrest and low staff turnover. Taiwan's quality of life is also good in terms of ease of getting around, good public transport and traffic, a wide variety of entertainment and leisure activities. For all of the reasons above, European firms continue to regard Taiwan as a good place to live and do business. This is why our members continue to invest here. And it's also fair to say that Taiwan consistently ranks very highly of quality of life when it comes to international surveys that are done by international institutions. So if you go to the next slide, please. There's something that has been introduced quite recently. It's called Taiwan's Employment Gold Card Scheme. This has an effect and is attracting foreign talent to Taiwan. The most noteworthy effort has been the introduction of the Employment Gold Card, a 4-in-1 card that includes a resident visa, work permit, alien resident certificate, and a re-entry permit, all in one, which allows the holders to enter and leave Taiwan without restrictions. Specialists in 9 fields are eligible to apply for the gold card: economy, science and technology, finance, culture and arts, education, architectural design, law, sports, and national defense. The card also provides the following benefits. So you obviously don't need to apply for a work permit, because this is a sort of an open work permit. An important part to note on a personal note is that it gives you a 50% tax reduction for annual income exceeding 3 million NT. And this tax exemption goes on for 5 years, up to 5 years. Spouses and dependents are eligible for a resident status. There's no wait to join the national health system here, which is, of course, is a very good system. And holders can apply for permanent residency in Taiwan after only 3 years, which indeed is a real luxury. Parents and grandparents are eligible to apply for a 1-year visitor's visa as well on top of all of that. So if we go to my next slide, the last one. While market access in Taiwan is relatively open, Taiwan does maintain some technical barriers to trade, which are set out in our annual position papers. Our annual position papers are available for download on our website, ecct.com.tw. There you can go in and you can look at the specific industry sectors and the issues and the areas where we have some advocacy effort going on. So, for example, in technology and future industries, if we look at that domain, while Taiwan is a leader in semiconductors and other high-tech industry subsectors, there are a number of areas where there is room for improvement to spur innovation and industry, new industry in particular. These include instances where local standards and practices deviate from the best international examples. And if you look at energy, the energy transition, which is also a major area where we are currently focused, ECT members have welcomed the government's commitment and preliminary roadmap to reach the net zero greenhouse gas emissions by 2050. However, policymakers are falling a little bit behind on their original 2025 timetable goals for renewable energy due to rigid insistences on local content requirements and the lack of attention and action due to reduce the red tape in the permitting processes, just to give you a couple of examples. Talent as well, we should just very briefly talk about that. Taiwan is suffering a little bit from a low birth rate. In fact, it has one of the lowest birth rates in the world and an aging population as well. There is a bit of a brain drain too, with a lot of talent leaving to go overseas for other opportunities. So this is something that you should perhaps be aware of. But I cannot stress enough that generally speaking, Taiwan is a very stable place to do business. It is very predictable. Rule of law applies. Basically, when you apply for something, whatever it may be, you will be given a list of items that you need to prepare and so on. And as long as you go through that list and prepare the items, there shouldn't really be any problems with any of your applications. So we welcome you all to Taiwan, and I look forward to meeting you in a couple of weeks' time when you're here in Taipei. Thank you.
Thank you very much for this presentation, Freddy. I want to remind our EU participants that all the information will be uploaded on the European Cluster Collaboration Platform, as well as together with this recording. And we are really looking forward, Freddy, to meeting you in person in Taipei.
Thank you. Most welcome.
Thank you. I would like now to ask again Jimmy Chen to be on the floor and to present market access information on behalf of TAITRA. So Jimmy, please. Yes, we see your screen. If you can go on full.
Yes, thank you. Hi, everyone. Now let me briefly introduce TAITRA. TAITRA is the foremost nonprofit trade promotion organization in Taiwan, founded in 1970 and sponsored by the government and industry organizations. TAITRA assists enterprises to expand their global reach. Headquartered in Taipei, TAITRA has a team of 1,300 trade specialists, and we also operate 5 offices in Taiwan. Now we have more than 60 overseas offices. Among them, there are 10 branches in the EU, including Paris, Barcelona, Düsseldorf, Munich, Budapest, Milan, Rotterdam, Warsaw, Bucharest, and Sofia. Now, let me introduce TAITRA's main services, which can help you assess Taiwan market, such as Taiwan international trade shows, trade missions, procurement meetings, TaiwanTrade.com, and EE-Taiwan. From this slide, you can see we are going to have 27 international trade shows for this year. Focusing on global industry trends, which include EV, machinery, sports, food, medical, ICT, and more. The Taiwan International Machine Tool Show, TIMTOS, is the 3rd largest machine tool show, and the Computex is the 2nd largest ICT show in the world. It's for your information. And we organized more than 120 trade missions for last year, and more than 74,000 buyers participated in the trade meetings. We held about 8,000 procurement meetings to connect international buyers and Taiwan suppliers last year. TAITRA also operates TaiwanTrade.com, which is the offshore and the biggest B2B e-commerce portal of Taiwan. The website has more than 660,000 product catalogs offered by 70,000 supply members based in Taiwan, which covers key manufacturing industries such as ICT, auto parts, machinery, hardware, and many more. The most important point is that the Taiwan trade services are free. It can help you to connect business with quality Taiwanese enterprises. The website is multifunctional. For example, the Meet Supplier Online is a pre-arranged video conference service for buyers to meet new suppliers. Offer to sell is for sellers to post their offers, and the interested companies can contact them directly. Trade inquiry is for buyers to receive the supplier recommendations. Our partners include international e-commerce platforms such as Amazon and Rakuten. Taiwan Trade features localized contents in 14 languages, including English, French, Spanish, and German. Let me introduce EE-Taiwan. In 2015, sponsored by the Bureau of Foreign Trade, Ministry of Economic Affairs, EE-Taiwan was established and was composed of 3 organizations, including TAITRA, Industry Technology Research Institute, and the Taiwan Electrical and Electronic Manufacturers Association. The EE-Taiwan Consortium promotes business cooperation between EU and Taiwan SMEs. EE-Taiwan was one of the business cooperation centers in the period of the 2015 through to 2021. In the period of 2022 to 2025, we are renewed as international network partner and join 3 sector groups, including digital, health, mobility transport, automotive. You can expand your cooperation via EE-Taiwan as well. For more detailed information, please contact us anytime. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jimmy, for this overview of TAITRA. It's really impressive to see the different services. For me, was very good to see that you have a representation office in Sofia, in Bulgaria. Yes, let's continue further, and I would like to present you Dr. Jan Philip Kramer, who is the team leader, data and policy at the European Cluster Collaboration Platform, for the inputs that have been prepared for the market access session. Jan, the floor is yours.
Yes, very good morning, everybody, and good afternoon indeed. I think you don't see the right part of my screen.
Not yet, no.
Not yet. Just 1 second. I will put it in full screen mode.
Yes, please.
Okay, well, let's get started, and good afternoon to Taiwan. It's a great pleasure to be speaking here. My name is Jan Kramer, as has just been said, and I'm the team leader for data and policy in the European Cluster Collaboration Platform. As part of our work, we have prepared a fact sheet on clusters and industrial policy in Taiwan, which will be shortly released on the European Cluster Collaboration Platform. And on that basis, I would like to give you a little bit of background on the strategic and policy angles that Taiwan has been pursuing over the last decades. And of course, we all know the worldwide known semiconductor cluster, but the map is much more diverse, as you will see in just a second. So let's dive right into this. As you can see here from a map that has been, in fact, produced by the Taiwanese External Trade Development Council, there is a diverse landscape of cluster organizations, industrial clusters in Taiwan. It started very early in the fasteners industry in the early 70s, in fact, to utilize the benefits of clustering, and now it has evolved to over 25 areas and clusters that are of interest, including the just mentioned fasteners industry, ICT, auto parts, ICT, green energy, numerous other ones, even very specific ones such as bamboo processing, for instance. I will not go more into detail, but as you can see, there is plenty of opportunity around the country, also in topics which are of joint interest among the European Union and Taiwan. But this said, the contextualization, as I just said, the Taiwanese government very early on decided to move into cluster development and cluster support as early as the 1980s. And they have started with a very, I think, crucial institution, which is the Corporate Synergy Creation Center, which has been founded already in 1984 and is operating as of today to align and create synergies among the various industries in Taiwan. And it has continued with further initiatives such as the EU-Taiwan projects, who very much focused on infrastructure development in that part. The most recent areas of cluster support are part of the 5+2 Innovative Industries Plan, which has been started in 2016. It can be considered a framework strategy, which directs and gives directionality towards the funding that Taiwan is putting into its industrial policy. And the key focus here is to move away from contract manufacturing towards high value-added comprehensive services and solution-oriented business models. And with this, there are a number of pillars, obviously modernized and the high quality infrastructure is of key importance, especially a digital infrastructure. We also heard before from the chamber that talent development is a key issue. And all of these parts are basically ingrained in this plan as providing a superior business environment. Then we have these 5+2 industrial innovation areas, which are important as a focus, and I will come back to some of those as an example in the next few minutes. They include Asia Silicon Valley, smart machinery, new agricultural industry. And not to lose too much time here, but as I've said, the 6 core strategic industries, which have been then emphasized since 2020 are the ones that you can see in the second figure as well. They include information and digital, with the objective to provide digital products and services for various industry, green and renewable energy, precision health, strategic stockpiles in order to ensure the supply of critical materials, national defense and strategic industries, and cybersecurity. So a number of key areas that will, I'm pretty sure, also be of interest for the European partners. Now, how is this organized? And in a way also, what will that mean for you when engaging in collaborations between clusters and clusters, for instance? As far as we see it, they are not the typical cluster organizations as we would see them in the European context, but rather cluster policies implemented through business organizations, research institutions, and state authorities. We already heard from some, but there are others such as the Aerospace Industrial Development Corporation, which is one very prominent case in the Taiwanese example. And we also often see clusters located technological parks and research centers. And I think this is also very interesting for everybody who's moving and traveling to Taiwan at the end of the month. The type of funding is twofold: direct funding for R&D collaboration, technical equipment, innovation and prototyping activities, and then on the other hand, technical assistance for technology transfer, intellectual property management, and also, and I think this is of interest for us here, international cooperation. When it comes to financing, we try to bring in here the latest data to give you also an understanding. The total amount that is being allocated, or that has been allocated to be more precise, for the 5+2 plan from 2017 to 2022 was 2,211 billion Taiwanese dollars, which translates to around 65 billion euros. And as you can see here in this chart, also to give you some orientation on the strategic emphasis, the field receiving almost 50% of this financing is in fact new agriculture, as a very important strategic priority for Taiwan. The second is the biomedical industry. The third is the green energy technology. The fourth is Asia Silicon Valley, and fifth is smart machines. So you can see there is a lot of investment happening. So around 33 billion alone for the new agriculture, which also means there's a lot of opportunity and innovation to be expected. Now coming to my last slide, just a few examples on policies, and also from a horizontal perspective, what is being emphasized when it comes to international R&D. So as I mentioned, Asia Silicon Valley is one of the core initiatives. We have just seen the funding that is being allocated, with the strong emphasis of expanding the application of artificial intelligence of things, and also to drive the startup environment. And as regards to clusters, it's really important from the plans of the government to deepen the relations with international IoT partners, and also to export the knowledge and the products that have been developed in Taiwan. On the biomedical industry innovation program, it's the emphasis of the government to develop a global biomedical R&D hub focusing on precision health, using biomedicine and communications technology. And again, here it's about connecting hubs, right? So bringing in expertise and also internationalize through alliances with international partners, and also giving a number of opportunities with emphasis also on surgical devices and medical equipment clusters. Third, promoting green energy innovation. I think nowadays it's crystal clear that we still have some way to go here, and we need further innovation. And so the emphasis here is on energy production, compensation, and storage, as well as system integration capabilities. And something worth to highlight, I think, the development of a new industrial innovation cluster in the southern part of Taiwan, with the Shalun Smart Green Energy Science City as a national hub for research, development, and demonstration of green energy technology. Very much worth a visit, I'm pretty sure. And as a more horizontal element, as I said, international R&D center programs, they are meant to ensure also greater internationalization of Taiwanese companies, but also engaging in joint research activities with an emphasis on the EU market in general, but also specifically with priority for Czechia, Germany, and Spain. And I think this gives also opportunities for all involved here. So with this said, I think there are plenty of points to take also strategically, and I hope this is useful for you in order to further work on your alliances and match with the right partners. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Jan. Yes, I think as it was said at the very beginning, that the main objective of this webinar is to prepare and to build better understanding of the cluster landscape and how to do business. So what has been just presented, I believe, really helps to continue further. So thank you very much. I would like once again to remind that all the information will be uploaded on the European Cluster Collaboration Platform. The links will be shared with all the participants in the EU delegation to Taiwan, the useful links. So this will be all available to you. In order to continue further, I would like to welcome on the floor Sarah Mahils, project officer from SMEA, to give her input with regards to the market access. Sarah, the floor is yours.
Yes, thank you very much, and good morning and afternoon to all of you. Good. So good morning and good afternoon. My name is Sarah Mahils, and I work as a project officer at the Enterprise Europe Network team in ESMEA, the executive agency of the European Commission, and I will gladly tell you a bit more about the network itself. So the Enterprise Europe Network is the world's largest support network for small and medium-sized enterprises with international ambitions. It helps businesses innovate and grow on an international scale. So the network was launched in 2008 by the European Commission and is funded through the Single Market Programme, and it is implemented by the agency, by ESMEA. So the network brings together experts from member organizations that are renowned for their excellence in business support. So as you can see on the slide, member organizations include specialized bodies, regional development organizations and innovation agencies, chambers of commerce and industry, as well as universities and research institutes. So as you can see, the Enterprise Europe Network is active worldwide. So we are very happy and very proud that the network is covering all EU-27 countries. Additionally, we also have our associated countries and international network countries within our network. Advice and support is given in several fields. So as you can see in the blue boxes, we give support on several topics. So we help SMEs in their transition to more sustainable business models. We enhance SMEs' potential to innovate, to grow, and to develop new products. We help SMEs tailor digital solutions to their business needs, and we support SMEs to help them access international markets and business opportunity. Also worth mentioning all the synergies that we have with regional, national, and European business support ecosystems. So as you can see in the white boxes, as well as the cooperations we have established over the years with key stakeholders and with European programs and initiatives. So what is the network's approach? How does the network help SMEs? So very important for us in the network is a client-centric approach. So this means that our clients' needs are placed at the heart of the network's mission. Several teams of network experts in each member organization offer tailored services to businesses. So they know very well the local business environment and have contacts for business opportunities worldwide. So the EEN also offers a targeted approach aimed specifically at your business sector. So basically our groups of experts cover all key economic sectors. So this goes from healthcare to agri-food to energy, as well as fashion and textiles. Good. So how does this advice and support look like? So all our network business experts have the experience and have the necessary resources to help and to support businesses to grow. So whatever your business is, we can advise on the best market opportunities to expand internationally. So we have a specific partnering opportunities database. So on our website, partners from all over the world can publish offers and requests in order to find suitable partners to work together and to grow their business. So also on the EN website, all partners can go through the events database in order to find suitable conferences, brokerage events, etc., to meet other partners all over the globe. Yeah, it was already mentioned by Jimmy. So we have the EN Taiwan within our network. So since several years, they are a member of the EN. So they consist of 3 consortia. So TAITRA as the coordinator of the project, and then we have as well ITRI and TIMA. And over the years, I must say that the Taiwanese have become very reliable partners within the network, and we're offering and are still offering excellent services to clients all over the world. How to get in touch with the EN? So have a look on our public website. So there you will find a full overview of all our contact points. So both European as non-European consortia are listed there with all the details to get in touch with them. So yeah, if you are interested, have a look on the website. The link is provided here. You can find more information about the network itself. You can read our blog and scan through success stories. And yeah, of course, don't hesitate to get in touch with your local contact points for any further information. And thank you very much for listening.
Thank you very much, Sarah, for this participation. The majority of the representatives here are coming from clusters, but we are opening more and more often the collaboration with the SMEs. There are also SMEs that are part of this EU-Taiwan mission. So thank you very much for this input.
Thank you.
To continue further, we would hear now the presentation of the China IP SME Help Desk, which is also supporting the overall understanding of doing business the market. So Alessandra Gabrielli, please, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Theodora, and thanks to the European Clusters Collaboration Platform for inviting us to talk about such an important topic as intellectual property rights. Just to dive into the topic, first and foremost, why do we talk about intellectual property rights? These rights are legal and exclusive rights given to individuals and assigned individuals that have then the exclusive right to use a specific creation. And to translate this into business language, IP rights are a key business asset for, especially in the internationalization towards a third market, as they provide a competitive advantage in the third market, and hence they attract investment. Having a good IP strategy can help companies to have an increased control and decreased risk when outsourcing. So SMEs, companies' assets are protected throughout the whole supply chain. And of course, it is very often the key to enter a new market, as for example, it is often a requirement for venture capitals to provide investment. Because as I said, IP rights are exclusive rights, and so having IP rights registered means that SMEs have an original and a unique creation that they can export to third countries. When it comes to internationalization towards China, mainland China, Taiwan, Hong Kong, and Macau, there are two very important principles to keep in mind. First of all, the territoriality of IP. This means that if, for example, a European company has registered, let's say, trademark in Europe or any other IP, very often the IP right is not applicable to China. It is required to take proactive action to register the IP rights in China. And the territoriality principle applies to China itself, as there are different jurisdictions where the IP systems are different. So your companies are very interested in going to Taiwan. They can develop an IP strategy for Taiwan, but they have to keep in mind that this IP strategy may not be applicable to mainland China, for example. And if they target all the jurisdictions, it would be good to develop an IP strategy that can be adapted to all jurisdictions of China. The second principle is the first to file system, which means that the first individual who registers an IP right is the legitimate owner and user of the IP right, which means that if a company doesn't register its IP right before going to China, an individual in China registers beforehand, then unfortunately the person is the legitimate user of the IP right. This is important in the context of internationalization, of course, as it is important to talk to experts to have a clear idea of how to develop an IP strategy. And here you can see a very simple example of the power of intellectual property rights. Here we have a little box of cookies, and as you can see, you can protect different aspects of this box using a combination of IP rights, from utility model to trademark copyrights and so on. When attending trade fairs, matchmaking events, it is good practice to have team members, dedicated team member to monitor possible infringement of IP rights so that the companies can take prompt actions and deal with possible infringements. It is, of course, good to study the market and learn what the competitors do, and be aware of SMEs' competitive advantage. And as I said before, if a right is not registered, unfortunately, it's not enforceable. So exposing much before registering an IP right, exposing your assets before registering your IP rights can be tricky, and SMEs can lose competitive advantage. But that's why you exist. The China IP SME Help Desk is an EU-funded project. We provide free and confidential advice to SMEs from the European Union and from the Single Market Program, so also from Norway, Liechtenstein, Iceland, Ukraine, and Turkey. We cover all jurisdictions, so mainland China, Hong Kong, Macau, and Taiwan. The most important service we have is the helpline. So note it down and send it to your companies. They can submit any inquiry, any question regarding IP in China, and we respond within 3 working days. And of course, it is totally confidential and free of charge. Companies can also request to have one-on-one consultation sessions with our IP business advisor to talk more in depth about the IP strategy they can develop based on their product, targeting Taiwan, mainland China, Hong Kong, or Macau. I would be very happy to connect to all of you to organize joint events. We provide training, workshops, and webinars where our IP lawyers, IP experts share about specific aspects of IP protection and enforcement. And we also tailor-make these trainings based on the needs of the company, so they can be also sector-focused. You're very welcome to visit the website. We provide a variety of IP guides, fact sheets, and so on, as well as IP tools such as the IP cost tool. So, for example, the companies can have a preliminary idea of how much it would cost to register IP rights. Here, a couple of examples of what you can find on the website. You can follow us on social media where we upload most of our activities and updates regarding the China IP law. And just very briefly, we're part of the big family of the International IP SME help desks, all funded by the European Commission. So if your clusters are interested also in Latin America, Africa, India, Southeast Asia, very welcome to visit the website and where you can find materials and contact. Once again, note down the helpline, send it to your companies. We're very happy to support also in view of this matchmaking event. I'll write down also my contact details. I'll be very happy to talk to you and to explain a bit in more details how we can work together to support your companies interested in mainland China, Hong Kong, Taiwan, and Macau. Thank you very much and good luck for this matchmaking event. Thanks, Theodora.
Thank you very much, Alessandra, for this presentation and the overall support of building the understanding towards the EU organization and covering this aspect. So you have you have your contact details. They will be shared with the organizations, and I'm sure that they will be in touch for any opportunity that they have questions on. Thank you. With this, I would like to ask the participants, speakers, also to monitor the Q&A box. There have been already some questions from the delegates. If we may answer them straight away, this could be with the support and the help of the CNFI or TAITRA, or of course, if it is not something that we can directly answer at the moment, this will be recorded and the answer will be sent to the respective organization. I would like to now continue with the presentation of testimonial from a participant in the previous editions, which is another way to inspire and to build better understanding for the approach and how to build your connections with Taiwan. So Dimitar Filipov, we'll hear from you from City. The floor is yours.
Hello guys, can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you.
Yeah, that's great. Just a second to share my screen here. It was over there. Yeah.
Yes, if you go on full screen mode.
Yeah, sure. Just give me a second because it's too many windows here. Yeah.
The bottom.
I'm sorry. Yeah, it's the bottom, but it's hidden by some other window. So I think I need to close. Yeah, here. So yeah. A few words about myself. My name is Dimitar Filipov. I represent cluster Sofia Knowledge City. We are a small cluster from Bulgaria that are dedicated to make Sofia a smarter city. So this is our objective. A few words about me. It's been I have an engineering background, also some business background. So for the particular webinar here, perhaps it should be noted that I have a few years trade experience with China. And in fact, I'm trying to tell you a story here. It's about a fairy tale about strategic partnership that it sounds a little bit controversial, but this is what happened with me and our organization. So basically, it all started with event organized by European Cluster Collaboration Platform in 2019. It was March, and the event was the Global Industry Show in Lyon, France. It's a huge show that that particular exposition was dedicated to Industry 4.0. And along with that show, there was an event organized by ECCP, which is the EU-Taiwan Cluster Matchmaking Event. So on that photo on the right side, you can see the main participants of the representative of the main organization that participated there. In the middle, this is perhaps most of you know that this is Mark Pattison, the previous leader of ECCP. Right next to him, that lady was the Ministry of Economics of Taiwan, which is shows how important was that event. So here I met Eddie. Eddie is that wonderful lady on the left photo. At that point, she was working for the Taiwanese Smart Machine League cluster. We have some presentation of ITRI, of course, because ITRI is one of the biggest and the major factor in the economics of Taiwan. Later on, we had that B2B meetings with Eddie. We very much liked each other. So later on, what changed everything? We changed contacts with Eddie, but the big game changer was the project I started working just a few months later. And our cluster entered in that Smart City Tech partnership. And this is a partnership registered in 2016 under the chapter of internationalization by the initiative of the European Commission for Smart Clusters Partnerships. So it's a wonderful organization. And here we started that project, which name is European Technology for Sustainability, or ET4S. In brief, the idea was to help European companies, small and medium companies, meet their counterparts in Asia and in North America. And particularly, our part was to do this with Asia. So I called Eddie, and we, during that pandemic that had started already, we organized a few very good webinars. We had a wonderful collaboration with her. That's a very interesting project. We just terminated it a couple of months ago, very successfully. Unfortunately, those projects, they're connected with visiting different countries, and during the pandemic, it wasn't very possible. So we missed a very interesting visit to Taiwan. We had that budget, but we couldn't organize due to the zero COVID policy for most of the European countries, the Asian countries at that point. So what we moved later on. So in the end of the project, we signed an agreement, a memorandum of understanding with ITRI. Perhaps I should drop a few words about ITRI. It's one of the biggest research institutes in the world, with huge budget. They're about in the top 100 in the world as such organization. Perhaps the representative of ITRI are going to give you some more details about that later on, but the idea is that they help business, small and medium business in Taiwan in many aspects. So yeah, well, we signed that agreement with them, and now, a few months later, we already moving some other project with ITRI and an accelerator of Taiwan called TAICC+. It's a startup accelerator, and we help Taiwanese guys find European companies, startups to invest in. So if any of you have any information about that, please let me know. In brief, I can tell you plenty of stories, but unfortunately time is very few, so I'm thinking of stopping here. We are going to see each other in a couple of weeks in Taiwan, so you can either write me emails, ask me questions, or just discussing this on a beer in Taiwan. I would be pleased to do that. So basically for me, this is it. If you have any other questions, this is a citation that I really love. It comes from one of the most inspirational TV shows. We have to push our boundaries to reach new results and to get successful. So yeah, thank you so much. It was a pleasure to share with you that information.
Thank you very much, Dimitar. Yes, indeed, you will have more opportunity to discuss about the outcomes of the being at the matchmaking event organized by the European Cluster Collaboration Platform during the mission in Taiwan. But it's very good to hear about the successful cooperation which growth despite the COVID pandemic. So
Theodora, just a few words, a couple of words more. I'd like to really thank you, European Cluster Collaboration Platform. I have extremely good impression about them. I have also very good relationships after a similar event to Canada. So we have a very good contacts, secondary contacts with Canada. And also in Singapore, we visited there. I'm really, you do great, guys. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much for these words and appreciation. Thank you. Well, I see that even the communication and collaboration and the networking exchange between the European delegates has already started in the chat. So please continue with these exchanges. In the meantime, of course, while we are in Taiwan, there will be many opportunities to network and to build and grow ideas. But we'll continue further to the presentation of the 2023 European Innovation Week. You will hear some practical information of the overall agenda. We will hear the overview and get some insights. So I'm very happy to welcome on the floor Angela Xiao, Policy Officer at the European Economic and Trade Office. Angela, the floor is yours. Angela, we don't hear you. We see the screen, so maybe if you try to unmute.
Yes. Hi, sorry. Can
Yes,
you see the screen? I'm trying to make it bigger. Does it work? Yes. Okay. Good morning and good afternoon, everyone. I'm Angela Xiao from the European Economic and Trade Office. And I would like to present you today the EIW, the European Innovation Week program in detail, so that you will know better about the activities inside, including in the EIW, and also the activities that especially for you and that only for you. So we started from, okay, I give you a general idea about the EIW. This is the third time of the European Commission and Taiwanese government agencies cooperate together to organize the European Innovation Week. The first time was in 2016. And the original idea is every 2 years, we have these in flagship events. However, due to the pandemic, we have to postpone the third EIW till this year. So this will be the biggest major event after the pandemic, that the huge delegation from EU, from the officials, and also from the private sector to come to Taiwan. So this is how we promote in Taiwan. We would like to attract more Taiwanese companies and also a counterpart to participate in this event. So basically, the European Innovation Week, we have the 3+2 days activities. The most important activities are focused in the first 3 days, from Monday, Tuesday, and to Wednesday. So as you can see in the slide, on Monday, starting from 9 o'clock, we have the European Innovation Week opening ceremony. And before I go down to the detail, I would like to point out that all the EU clusters are invited to join the events by invitation only. So if you see in the calendar, in the program, they mark it as invitation only. You are all invited, but you have to sign up separately from the EU EIW website. And so with Theodora, you will have to sign up and to show your interest by next week, and she will provide you more details regarding the signing. And so we have, in the morning, we have the opening ceremony in Taipei, in TICC. So in this day, most of our events will be held in TICC, which is in the center of Taipei. And so then you are all invited to participate. You can sign up this event on the EIW website. And then following the opening ceremony, we will have the 2023 Resource Circulation International Conference. This event is organized by the Taiwan side, by the EPA Environmental Protection Administration. And the DDG of DG Grow will give opening remarks, will give the keynote speech at the conference. Also, couple of European member state speakers will present in the afternoon. So this will be a full day event. On the same time, there will be another full day event concentrating on the Space Opportunity Symposium. So you could find more details regarding the agenda on the website. So you will know that whether you can decide whether you want to participate. And in the noontime, we have the VIP lunch reception. So this is marked as by invitation. So then you're all invited, but we will need you to sign up so that we will know that how many people will know to control the list of the participants. And the VIP lunch will also held in TICC. So basically, in the whole day, we'll have the events in the same building, different conference room, and also the restaurant, the lunch reception with standing buffet will also held in TICC, so that you don't need to move around to other places. You can stay in TICC practically for the whole day. And in the afternoon, we have another event. It's about hydrogen roundtable. So this event is marked as by invitation only. Basically, this roundtable is dedicated to, it's like a moderation, it's like several panel discussion with 1 or 2 keynote speeches. So participants will observe or listen to the discussion among the speakers. So if you are interested in participate in this roundtable, you also have to sign up separately with Theodora. And so I think this is the first day. So if you have any question regarding the program, you can ask me afterwards. So we move on to the second day, which is the 30th of May. In the morning, there are the Computex exhibitions are going to open on today. So they will have the Computex Taipei opening and in Nangang Exhibition Centre. And also following the opening, we specifically asked the TAITRA to help us to organize a Computex VIP tour dedicated for European delegations, including delegates from the Commission, also from the clusters and companies. So these also, when you need your signed up to show you if you are interested to join. And the rest of the events will include like 6G. They will be in the afternoon. We will also have the semiconductor seminar in the afternoon, and also the Horizon Europe seminar in the afternoon too. And in between, you will see you have some events in like Dodge Pavilion in Nangang, also in the Innovex show. This is dedicated to startups or SMEs, and then many of the EU member states, they have their pavilion there. So we also help the EU member state office in Taiwan to help them to promote their activities in the EIW. So these pavilion activities you can join for free. So if you are around Nangang, you can also go to their booth and to visit. And what I want to point out is the EPA site visit and also the robotics site visit. These are 2 site visits, full-day site visit to Taichung. The EPA site visit is organized by the EPA and will be dedicated to visit 2 companies in circular economy. And the robotics site visit will be also go to Taichung, as Taichung is the cluster, the core for the smart machinery. So we plan to invite a cluster to visit there, the companies and also the clusters. So I will give you more detail in the following slides. And I also want to point out in the evening, CIECA and also ECCT will organize the Taiwan and EU Business Network reception. This is also a standing buffet, a dinner, a banquet. You are all invited. And then we'll provide you more detail regarding the venue, and also you have to sign up if you want to join. So for people who want to participate either the EPA site visit or robotics site visit, we have already taken into account that you have to be back for the dinner banquet. So we make sure that you'll be back in time to join the evening reception. So all of you are welcome to join. Okay, so we move on to the 3rd day, which is the most important activities for the cluster and business. So in the morning, we'll have the Taiwan EU Business and Cluster Forum and Matchmaking Events. These will be held in Nangang, the Nangang Exhibition Hall 2. And so there will be a full day event with the forum and then follow up by the matchmaking events. This can be signed up on the EIW website too. Then we will also have the Horizon Europe Info Point. They have the booth in Innovex. So for people to get more information regarding the Horizon Europe. And in the morning, we also have the Taiwan EU Robotics Seminar. It's also in Nangang in the same building, the Hall 2. So you can move around if you are free from some of the activities. And in the afternoon, this is the Twice World Cafe. This is also organized by Horizon Europe organizers that will be based in NSTC. This is dedicated to participants who are interested in applying the Horizon Europe program. So there will be in different location and with different target audience. And also you can see they have the happy hour, the Dutch Pavilion, they have 3 days in a row, they have the happy hours. So if you are around that area in the same building in Nangang Hall 2, you can go there to enjoy some beer and so on. And also they also have the Belgian happy hours, so you can move around and to do the networking. So, and this is the end of the Wednesday. And Thursday, I'm not sure whether you're going to stay till Thursday, but I would show you that on Thursday, basically, there are no more seminars. So they are events related to Innovex. So you see like Belgium, Dutch, Italy, they have some activities on the 1st June. So if you're still in Taiwan, welcome to join and visit both the Computex and also the Innovex on Thursday. So as I just mentioned that we have the EIW website, which is the B2 Match website that Theodora mentioned. So all the events, all the seminars, and also the matchmaking sessions can be registered through this website. And so basically you have to create your own profile. Once you create your profile, you can select the events you want to join, and then you will receive a notice I think the last week in May to see a menu of the activities you select. But as I said, those events by invitation only will not be able to select on this website. So you have to register separately through ECCP. I would like to give you more details regarding the site visit on 30 May. The first one is the robotic site visit. We will go to Taichung by the high-speed rail. So basically you have to buy your own ticket, but if you need any support, we can help you. But then you buy your ticket, and then we will meet in the Taichung station, and we will prepare the car to pick you up. That is a bus to pick you up, and we plan to let you to visit two major smart machinery companies. One is Highwind, the other is Delta. In between, you are going to meet the Precision Machinery Research and Development Center, where they depends on how many people will participate, and they will invite also their members, I mean the companies, to join so that you can do the networking. So this really depends on how many clusters and company would like to participate. So we rely on your interest. So it depends on if you're very interested to join, and we will invite more Taiwanese counterpart to participate. So basically, you will be back after all the visit. You will be back by HSR to Taipei at around 6 o'clock, and then you can go to the evening reception starting at 6:30, which is not far from the Taipei main station. So they will be easy to transport. And another site visit organized by EPA regarding the circular economy. So this is also a full-day event, taking into account that you have to be back in time to participate the evening activity. So there's also the trip is also to Taichung. They plan to invite you to visit two companies. First is Taimao Chemical Diamond Chain. This company specializes in active zinc oxide process, and currently more than half of the tire factories in Taiwan that use active zinc oxide are its customers. And footwear industries such as Adidas, Nike, New Balance, and Puma are also its customers. Another company is called Hong En Group. They focus on developing recycled plastic materials for various applications. He also invests in solving marine waste, including fishing nets, fishing floats, bottle, and can plastic, etc. So these are the two companies that EPA suggests us to visit. So if you're also interested, you can choose in between robotics or EPA service, or you can choose stay in Taipei to participate the Computex opening, and also the VIP tour, and also in the afternoon, the 6G seminar or the semiconductor seminar. So it will be up to you to choose. So this is my presentation. So if you have any question, feel free to ask me or tell Dora. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Angela, for this overview of the European Innovation Week. Though there would be many emails afterwards and next steps, I just want to point here that the EU-Taiwan Matchmaking Event, as part of the Computex and the European Innovation Week, is taking place on the 30th and 31st and 1st of June. You've seen the options for the 29th. Those that, based on your flights and travel arrangements, this will be quite clearly detailed in the next steps. If you want to take part in any of those activities that has been just presented, we will organize the way to have the information from you. So all this information to be passed to Angela. So to all these events that are part of the program and are only by invitation, to make sure that you have subscribed, because that they are not official on in Bit2Match as well as in the European Innovation Week event page. But we will speak about that. Also, there will be information from my end about the registration. So I will be now passing the floor to Daniel to explain more about the actual Bit2Match registration and details. And after that, we will continue. Daniel, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Good morning and good afternoon to everyone. I would like to very briefly give you some details about how the matchmaking event is working. So of course, because you are frequent matchmakers, you for sure know already, but as it is the case in the plane where you get the safety instructions first, so I think it's useful for us always to remember how these things function. So yeah, as already mentioned, there is a B2Match platform opened where you can register. Here you see again the link. So everything is here, all information is here, the agenda, excluding this by invitation only, as has just been mentioned. So you will be asked by us to express your availability and your wish to go there, and of course you then will be registered there accordingly. But except for this by invitation only, where we are all invited, but have to register separately, all information you need is on B2Match. So first of all, of course, you have to register. You have to log in to the platform, and by registering, you get then, of course, to fill your profile and giving information about yourself, about your organization, about your country, about your interest, about your type of organization that you represent. Is it a cluster? Is it a company? Is it a university, a research institute, and so on? There are several types, so you have to select from them. You have also to select also the events you want to attend in the meeting. And now so this is the general registration part again, but now of course we are talking specifically about the matchmaking. And the first step in order to have a successful business meeting is to express your willingness to cooperate and your demands, your requests, your cooperation needs or cooperation offers. So the platform gives you several options. So you create, when you have registered, on your front page, when you enter the system, you will see a very large, on the screen, a very large message saying to you, create your opportunity, your cooperation opportunity. If you click there, you get to this site. You see you have several types of opportunities you can choose of. So product, yeah, you want to sell a product you are offering or a service that you are offering, or you are interested maybe in a more complex partnership of any type, yeah, a long-lasting partnership with a Taiwanese company or organization or cluster or your European one, vice versa. Or you have a specific project in mind you want to cooperate, or you want to invest, or you need investment, or you need expertise, or you want to offer expertise. So this kind or any other requests, if nothing of this does not fit in this typology, predefined typology. But we think that this is very comprehensive, so you can express here your wishes and requests. What we have noticed from experience that people participating to matchmaking events tend to neglect this part. This is very important. It takes, of course, it takes a little bit of your time, because you have to express, you have to write, yeah, your need, your demand, your cooperation offer. But this is the key to a successful matchmaking. People have to know what you are offering or what you are demanding. It is very complicated just from the general presentation that they can see when you register to really understand what you are in, what you are looking for, or what you are offering. If you did that, then if you go, you are here in your profile, your account, after you have registered, you see in the upper corner of the menu marketplace. If you click on the marketplace, you will see available offers or requests, cooperation offers or requests. You see also on the left side that you can filter by what we have discussed, by product, service, partnership. So by the type of cooperation that you are needing. So if you are looking for investment, for example, then you just filter according to investment, yeah, and you see now, yeah, in this example, in this print screen, we have only one investment, only one who is yeah, who is requesting or offering investment. So if you are interested in investment, you go there and see who is the person, who is the company, who is the organization which is interested in this. Or of course, you can scroll down and see all. Take your time to, of course, it is advisable you take your time and scroll through all these market opportunities, and maybe new ideas come to you, and then you can request meetings with the according person. Also, in your personal account, you see in the menu participants. Here you can scroll by participants, and you see, again, you can filter by organization types. I have told you company, cluster, research organization, university, trade promotion agency, and others. So you can scroll, you can filter by that, but also here you can scroll through the entire participant list, and then you can request meetings. Here, in your case, after you are activated by the organizer, this request meeting will be blue, and then you can request meeting with. So the condition for this is that you are activated. This will not take a long time, and then you can request. This will be blue, not gray, as it is here in my example. So you will be able to request meetings. If you go then to your meetings, yes, here you will see a list now, because this is a demo. I will not be participating myself, so I will not have any meetings. So, but if you go to the meetings, you will see here a list of the meetings you have. Yeah, you have accepted meetings, because when you request meeting, the meeting has to be accepted by your counterpart that it takes place. So pending, these are the meetings that you have requested and they have not been accepted yet, or it are the meetings that are requested from you and you have not accepted yet. So it is important to go in the period until the event. So you go inside your account periodically to check, yes, if you have pending meetings. Yeah, if people are asking for a meeting from you, and yeah, you just did not answer yet to them. So of course the system is informing you also by email, but it happens that these emails from the systems go to spam. So please check also the spam, but it is better you enter regularly. Yeah, I don't know, every 2 days. So to see if people have requested meetings from you or not. So so you send, as I have explained you send meetings to the people you want to meet, and you schedule your own meetings, because there are slots. There is a lot of time on the day for matchmaking. So you can propose from available slots even the time when you want to meet, provided that both had the time to do so. They are both were available at the same time slot, but this will not be a problem. So you are booking your own meetings. Here you see how this look like in general. Yes, you see here is an example from another event. Yeah, there is a meeting from 11:45 to 12. So this is how it looks like if you had meetings. Yeah, in this section of the website where it is about the meetings. Each meeting will last here for 30 minutes, and the content of the meetings is of course completely confidential. You will be there at the table with your counterpart. There will be enough also room space towards the other meeting table. So this will be completely confidential. So maybe you want to check your agenda. So again in your profile, in your account, you see in the menu you see agenda. This is your personal agenda, and it depends. In the beginning, in the first step, you have selected, yes, the events. You have seen in the previous presentation how complex the event is. You have to select from among the events taking place there. So you will see your agenda, except for this by invitation only. I tell this again. So for this you are invited, but you need a separate invitation. But then you will see here your agenda, your personal agenda. It is advisable that you download it or you print it, so you have it with you. You have seen that the event is complex, so it is better that you have it with you, and you find it here in your personal account in B2Match. If you want to check the general agenda, then you go to the website, so the public website of the event, and you see the general agenda both in the menu here and also in the menu sub-menu down here. So you have this is the general agenda of the event. So you have your personal agenda, what you have selected inside your account, and you have the general agenda of the event. You have it on the general website, the B2Match website of the event. We kindly ask you to respond to the debriefing survey we will be sending immediately after the event, because so we were very happy to see that the ECCP events are useful events for the cluster community, as we have heard from the testimonial of our Bulgarian colleague. This is why we want also to improve, always to improve. So it is very, for us, it will be much appreciated, and it will be asked from you to fill in the debriefing survey, which will be sent to you after the end of the event. Of course, some come maybe for you, maybe for all of us, common sense information, but it's better to remind us of. So yeah, when you have the business meetings, you have to control the information you are giving to your counterpart. It is up to you, because it's confidential. It is up to you to disclose the information you see fit, yeah, for the purpose of the cooperation. But you have to be careful. Yeah, what kind of information, sensitive information about your business, about your company, you are disclosing to your counterpart. And there is also an IPR help desk for Taiwan. So please, if you have questions about and doubts about this kind of sensitive information, so on, you can address your request to the EU help desk, IPR help desk that has been previously presented. So next step, the booking meetings is open. Please do not forget to create your matchmaking, to write your matchmaking opportunities, what you are offering, what you are requesting. Yeah, start booking meetings. Also, on the day of the event, please print or download the agenda, also the meetings agenda. In your personal agenda, you will have also the meetings agenda. So you will know, it will be easier, yeah, to see if it is table 5 or table 7 or table 22. It is important, yeah, to be prepared to go directly to the meeting, to use the time slot that you have, not by looking around, yes, but by having a successful meeting with your counterpart. So, if you have questions, please do not hesitate to ask us now or during the entire time left to the event. Thank you very much. Theodora, back to you.
Thank you so much, Daniel, for presenting the B2Match. I just once again want to highlight a couple of things which are basically related to the overall registration process. So the link will be shared with you today. I mean, it has been also shared within the chat. The link is for the, as just has been presented from Daniel, but before that from Angela, the link is for the overall event page, which gathers the European Innovation Week. The EU-Taiwan Matchmaking Event is part of this registration form. You will receive clear instructions, because you know, as delegates from, as being a delegate for that mission, that we have a specific program, which means that we will clearly inform you what to select from the day 1, which is the 30th of May. You can choose either between the two site visits that has been presented, or to choose to be on the Computex official opening, as well as the VIP guided tour on the floor. So this is something that we will create in addition. And also on the 31st, you have a full day of matchmaking program. So though you see availabilities on the European Innovation Week floor, our program for the matchmaking mission is very strict on that day. So you will be following our program. But of course, you can choose for the 1st of June, and also you can choose on the 29th of May. I will send you this over the email, so to be quite clear where and what you select, and how to be very effective of your choices in terms of those events that are by invitation only. They have been considered for our EU cluster community. So, but I will send you this over the email, so this would be very clear how to proceed, until when to proceed further. We had a chance also here to get inputs from TAITRA. So Claudia, would you still, I mean, after having these presentations about the B2 match, would you like still to mention a couple of words to present, or most of it has been already covered? It's up to you. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Theodora. And we are TAITRA. I'm Claudia from EU and Taiwan. And I thank you, Daniel, for covering all the points regarding the B2 Match platform. I think I would simply show you how to proceed with the B2 Match on my screen. So I think all of you could see the screen from my side, right?
Yes.
So this is the account that I log in with my account. And all of you, if you want to register any session during the ELIW, just click the agenda, and you could see all the event agenda here. Just click add. For the button that with gray, that will be by invitation only. And once again, if you are interested, please contact ECCP for further information. So once you click add, it will be in your own agenda, and you could adjust your schedule anytime before you come to Taiwan. For the meetings, just click the meetings and book meetings with the participants you are interested in. For example, I'm sorry. Just click the request meeting with anyone. For the time slots that are in gray, which means you and this participant, you don't have time to meet with each other, because maybe she didn't pick the time during 11:30, but you could click the time with white one, which means make appointment with the time you want to meet this participant and send request. And once the participant accept the meeting, the system will send you the notification email. And if you want to adjust your meeting, you could also operate all the settings here. So, and if you have any question about this part, we will share the slides to ECCP, and the Theodora will share the complete procedure for B2 Match instruction to everyone. And we have contact information in the slide as well. So if the clusters who are coming to Taiwan have any question, you are free to contact EU in Taiwan. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Claudia. Yes, I mean, the majority of the clusters, they have been participating in various matchmaking events. They are pretty much familiar with the B2Match. The only thing that we have to make here a note is what is as part of the registration, what is needed for the EU delegation to follow, which is kind of mandatory for them, but also the opportunities that are outside of the main days, which are the 29th of May and 1st of June, but also to make sure that they have made their selection with regards to the invitation-only events. This is what I will send as an instructions. More or less we have covered the technical aspects. I mean, again, I'm repeating, you will have the presentations, you will have a link of the recording, as well as instructions from our end how to proceed further. About the actual event, you have already received the information about last week about the preferred hotel, and I'm pretty sure that most of you have proceeded with either that option or another option. So you have organized your accommodation. Prior the event, we will also, together with TAITRA and CNFI, we will organize a participants booklet. Basically, this is more logistical information, how to get from the airport to the venue, to the main hotel, all information which is related to meeting points. So we will include, we will gather this in one document and I'll send it to you. We have already uploaded on the European Cluster Collaboration Platform the special agenda, which is for the EU delegation. My colleagues will share now in the chat the link, but as well as will be included today in the customized email to you. So you will be well aware of our dedicated program for the mission. So we will have noticed some questions. As I said, we'll try to obtain information to those questions and direct to you. And from now on, we would like to encourage you to start customizing your profiles in B2Match, create the opportunities, really look into who is participating on a daily basis, because more and more organizations are joining the B2Match part area. So on a daily basis, you can see more openings and potentials for cooperation. If you have some questions, please feel free to add here in the Q&A or in the chat box, but also, you know, our email addresses, so please feel free to be in touch prior the mission on a weekly basis so we can address your questions. This is from our end. If we're happy to hear if there is any questions, or we are more or less have prolonged the time for the webinar. So if there are no other comments from the colleagues or from the audience, I would like to thank you once again for being with us today, to all partners and that has supported this webinar and that are part of the overall organization of the event. Thank you very much to the participants for the interest for joining this mission. And we are looking forward for a successful collaboration and mission in Taiwan.